The southern Hydra is an elegant celestial snake eternally gliding near the South Pole. Hidden here is one of the most ancient stars in our entire vast universe. Nearby shines a yellow subgiant showing the exact future of our sun in billions of years. This quiet southern constellation served as a reliable guide for the first fearless European navigators.
Today, we're diving deep into the southern sky to take a look at Hydrus. Now, this is a constellation that's often overlooked, but it holds a really profound cosmological importance. You can think of it as both a navigational tool and, amazingly, a kind of temporal bridge, one that connects us to the universe's earliest moments and, at the same time, gives us a startling preview of our own solar system's distant future. Okay, first things first, we need to clear something up right away. Our subject, Hydrus, is not the same as its more famous northern cousin, Hydra. Not even close. Hydra is that huge, multi-headed monster from Greek mythology. Hydrus, on the other hand, is the water snake, a modern constellation named not for some mythical beast, but for a real animal that explorers actually encountered. And keeping that distinction in mind is absolutely key to understanding its unique story.
So, here's our roadmap. We'll start with its basic profile, its geometry and where you can see it. Then we'll dive into the really mind-bending astrophysics. After that, we'll look at its history, explore the symbolism behind its name, and finally, we'll wrap up with a practical guide to finding it in the night sky.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Profile and Visibility. We're going to begin with the constellation's fundamental characteristics, its size, its shape, and its place in our sky.
So, Hydrus covers about 243 square degrees of the celestial sphere. That puts it at number 61 in terms of size among the 88 modern constellations. But don't let its modest size fool you. As we're about to see, it packs an outsized punch when it comes to scientific significance.
So, who on Earth can actually see Hydrus? Well, let's picture the globe for a second. If you're anywhere south of +8 degrees latitude, that's a line cutting across the top of South America and through Central Africa, you can see the entire constellation. Now, if you're between +8 and +32 degrees north, you might, if you're lucky, see its northernmost stars just peeking over the southern horizon. But for anyone north of that line, well, it's an unseen treasure, forever hidden below the horizon.
Now, for observers who live south of -30 degrees latitude, think places like Sydney, Cape Town, or Buenos Aires, Hydrus becomes what we call circumpolar, and that means it never sets. It never dips below the horizon. Instead, it just performs this slow, constant, eternal rotation around the south celestial pole, like a silent guardian of the southern sky.
Section 2, Astrophysics. Okay, this is where things get really, really interesting. Hydrus might not look like much, but it's basically a natural cosmic laboratory. It gives us incredible clues about how stars evolve, and maybe even about the birth of the universe itself. Let's start with the constellation's brightest star, Beta Hydrae. This star is absolutely fascinating. For astronomers, it's not just another point of light in the sky. It's like a crystal ball. It's a viewport into the future, showing us what's in store for our very own sun. This table really lays it all out. Our sun, right now, is a G2V spectral type, a yellow dwarf star. It's on what we call the main sequence, which is the long, stable, middle-aged part of a star's life. But Beta Hydrae is a G2IV, a subgiant. It's almost an identical twin to our sun in mass, but it's older. It's already started to burn through the hydrogen fuel in its core. So by studying Beta Hydrae, we are literally getting a direct preview of what our sun will become in a few billion years.
And as if looking into our solar system's future wasn't enough, Hydrus also lets us look back, way back, to the very beginning of time. You see, tucked away within its boundaries, astronomers discovered one of the oldest stars ever found. Its estimated age is 13.6 billion years. That means it formed just a couple 100 million years after the Big Bang itself. Just incredible.
So how does a star like this even form? Well, the story starts with the cataclysmic supernova of a single, massive, first-generation star. The material blasted out from that explosion formed a primordial cloud of almost pure hydrogen and helium, and from this chemically pristine gas, our ancient star was born. Its almost complete lack of heavier elements, what astronomers call metals, makes it an invaluable chemical fossil from the infant universe.
Hydrus also happens to sit in a uniquely dynamic cosmic neighborhood. It's positioned right between our two largest satellite galaxies, the Large and Small Magellanic Clouds. In fact, a vast stream of neutral hydrogen gas, which we call the Magellanic Bridge, flows directly through the constellation's territory. It's a literal river of gas connecting these two interacting galaxies.
All right, Section 3, History. Let's shift our focus from the cosmos to the people who mapped it. You have to remember, Hydrus is a modern constellation. The ancient Greeks and Romans in the north never saw it, so its story really begins on the high seas during the Great Age of Discovery.
Its discovery really happened in 3 key steps. First, between 1595 and 1597, Dutch navigators began charting these unfamiliar southern stars to help them navigate the spice routes. Then, in 1598, a cartographer named Petrus Plancius used their data to put the water snake on a celestial globe for the very first time. But the definitive moment came in 1603, when it was officially included in the famous Uranometria star atlas, cementing its permanent place in the heavens.
Moving on to Section 4, Symbolism. Now, while Hydrus doesn't have an ancient Greek myth attached to it, its name is filled with the drama of that collision between the old world and the new.
And here is a fascinating detail hidden right in the name itself. The northern monster, Hydra, is a feminine Latin noun. But the cartographer Plancius deliberately chose Hydrus, which is a masculine noun. Why? Well, it was a very conscious choice, rooted in scientific observation. This wasn't a myth. This was a real animal, the tropical sea snakes that 16th century sailors were actually seeing on their voyages.
And this symbolism really extends across cultures. For the Europeans, Hydrus came to represent this encounter with an exotic new world. But for the indigenous peoples of Australia and Oceania, these very same stars were often woven into their own cosmologies, frequently connected to the Great Rainbow Serpent or various water spirits. The common theme, though, is crystal clear, a profound human respect and sometimes fear for the unpredictable power of the ocean.
And that brings us to Section 5, Observation. Finally, for anyone who's lucky enough to be in the southern hemisphere, here's a quick and practical guide on how to actually find Hydrus in the night sky.
Finding Hydrus is actually pretty straightforward. First, you just need to identify 2 very prominent landmarks, the brilliant star Uranometria, which is at the end of the river Eridanus, and the faint, hazy patch of the small Magellanic Cloud. Hydrus occupies that dark patch of sky that snakes right between them. And more importantly for navigation, a triangle formed by its 3 brightest stars, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma Hydrae, serves as a very reliable pointer toward the south celestial pole.
So, in the end, Hydrus really is a celestial bridge. Through Beta Hydrae, it connects our sun to its own inevitable future. Through its most ancient star, it connects our modern world to the very dawn of cosmic creation. It's a quiet guardian of the southern sky that once guided explorers into a new world. And it really makes you wonder, what other cosmic bridges linking our past and our future are still out there, just waiting to be found?
Thank you, friends. Strive for understanding and become wiser. See you soon.